much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
It's a loss of 2, now third down. Watson on third down, and he finds his man Griffin. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
A first down carry now for Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats, but really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long, an early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He finds his target, Fuller. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. They convert on third with a gain of 22. From the gun, here's Watson fighting through pressure, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Justin Houston able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Richmond, blue 80.
To throw on second is Watson. His throw incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Reset.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
The catch made by Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
The quick slant caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Braxton Miller, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the Gunmen. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
They'll start with Hunt on the ground. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. There he goes inside the 30. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. 34 yards there at a first down.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet, running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
Goes without saying the defense is going to have to adjust to it.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they just do it better than what they've done so far?
A first trip to the red zone for KC. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs have tied it, and they can take the lead with the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Butker now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Black 99 Philly.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. D Ford. in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Out of the gun, Watson. And that is incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point: get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. They're going for it. It's Watson. And this is incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And that will force a turnover on downs.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. He's to the 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, 25 yards to the house. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
Touchdown.
Butker on for the PAT. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he's brought down after a good game. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Come back.
On 1st down, Watson. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Come back.
Now it's Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. They are going for it. Here's Watson, and he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line.
Green the line. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line.
Come back, come back.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson, flush to his right. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
On 4th down, Watson. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
Richmond. Tiger.
On 1st and 10, Watson. It's complete. It's Miller. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Come back.
Watson looks to throw again. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 29 yards. And now the Texans are within a 2-point conversion of tying up this game. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead is cut to 1 at 14-13. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A little juke. And now running right through it. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Mahomes now on first down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On 3rd down, it's Hunt. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go with Williams. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll run it again with Miller. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw it across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Richmond.
On second down, here's Watson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Richmond. Tiger.
3rd and 2, Watson. Hopkins, strong running. DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are in for 6.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now Watson. And that is caught for the 2 points. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Left. There we go now. Green 90.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Left. Slow. Black 58, rail. Black.
1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Left. Ace.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Green 39. Green 39.
And the blitz does come. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They get it to him running left. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
On 3rd down, it's Hunt, and the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it.
Black 58 rail. Black 58 rail.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And now their defense came through with a goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
Back to throw, Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. From his goal line here, Watson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Left, left, left. Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Now a first down carry is Williams. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. To throw, it's Mahomes. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 32 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Butker now to add the extra point. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Butker now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
Throwing again is Watson. Flushed out right, and they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Watson. And he's got Miller. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive...
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Keith Racer. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people...
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Bernardrick McKinney leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Throwing is Mahomes on third. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They'll toss it to Hunt. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. So those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now, well, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. On first down, Mahomes. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
They run with Hunt. Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They run again with Hunt. And some room to roam now. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Left, 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 left.
Here's a carry for the fullback. That's Anthony Sherman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
We got three. Three down. Three down. Hey, fellas, we got three. Let's go.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Black 58 round. Black 58 round. Green. Green 90. Green 90.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? On 3rd down. That's Hunt. No gain on the play that time. So a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Ace, ace.
Counting down at 30 seconds remaining.
Ace, ace. Ace, ace. Left, 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 left.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And his kick here is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.